Imagine graduating from secondary school, then what? Imagine sending in a job application and getting the call to come in for the interview. Then what? All right, you're successful. Congratulations, it's your first day of work. Now what? Welcome to the office. I am your host, Deidrean Sifley. And on this episode, we will be tackling the issues surrounding that transition from high school or school just in general into the world of work. We will be talking about EDGE, Empower, Discover, Grow, Excel. However, get your cup of tea and join me right after the break.
The Office is brought to you by Renwick & Company Limited, Multi-Graphics powered by Expert Group and the Goddard Catering Group.
The business environment is rapidly evolving. We must continually adapt to remain competitive. At HRWise, we help businesses create and sustain a competitive advantage through their people. Let us help you develop solutions for recruiting and selecting the right talent, improving employee engagement, managing performance, and much more. Realize the true potential of your workforce. Harness the power of your people. HRWise, we partner for success.
A great deal on my furniture. Great stuff, super strong, best thing on the market.
Your furniture says a lot about your business. For best quality, durability, and style, Global Office Furniture from Renwick is the only choice for any serious business. Don't be fooled by cheap supplies from other commercial houses. Let Global Furniture speak for your business. Think Renwick & Company. Think global, because value is always in style.
I'm often asked, what's the best part of my job? And I'm quick to say, it's the tasty part. The presentation, the cooking, the creativity, the quality. The moment I peek to see another satisfied guest and client in all possible settings. Cutting, biting, sharing, and smiling, knowing our team at GCG Events is simply outstanding.
With God as my guide, I pledge allegiance to my country, St. Lucia. I prepare that I will serve my country with pride and dignity, and will defend it with vigor and valor in the pursuit of excellence, justice, and equality for all.
My heart, my home, my St. Lucia. Show your sense of pride and patriotism.
Welcome back to the office. Thanks for staying with us. For roughly 15 years, we're sent to school and we have some general expectations. Go to school on time, listen to your teacher, behave, but most importantly, pass the exams, because everybody is looking forward to the graduation. And then we move from secondary school into college. And for some of us, we stop at secondary school. But essentially, we're all set on a path to work. However, there is one small issue. How do we adequately move from school to the world of work? What are the expectations? What am I supposed to do as a newly graduated student, now looking forward to earning my first paycheck? How do I write my resume? How do I prepare for the interview? What should I do when I'm actually at work? We aren't really necessarily taught that. But I have a surprise for you, and that is EDGE. Empower, Discover, Grow, Excel. And if you've interacted with any one of us from HRWise, you would have heard us talk about this amazing program. On this episode, I'm joined by my lovely co-host and the managing director of HRWise, Miss Garrity Paul, who is going to be telling us a little bit more about this program.
Hi, Dee. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hi, G. I can sense your excitement because this is a baby of yours. I remember when you first thought of the idea and you were very excited and you wanted us to ensure that EDGE was brought to fruition, and we've actually done it. Yeah. But let's take a step back. What was the thought process behind this amazing program called EDGE?
Well, I saw a gap among our young persons in particular because, I mean, being in HR, I've done a lot of interviews, and one of the things I noticed is that our young persons were not prepared for the interview. Before they even got to the interview stage, the letters were not well crafted, not as they should be, so that they could have a good chance of being shortlisted in the first place. A lot of employers were complaining about our young people joining the workforce have no work ethic. They don't know what is expected of them. I have to find myself, repeating things, and, I was getting a lot of complaints from business owners.
Yes.
And so I felt that there was an opportunity to do something about it, in my own way, to try to address that issue, that gap that we had identified. And on top of that, as a parent of teenagers,
yes,
I knew that the opportunities for getting teenagers engrossed in meaningful activity during the summer,
instead of video games,
yes, and television, the opportunities were very limited. So we came up with the idea of a program that is going to prepare students for the world of work, but do it during the summer break. So they're, engrossed in something meaningful,
yes,
in a safe environment. They're monitored, and that's how the whole concept of EDGE came about. So EDGE is a 3-week summer program. It is a mentorship program, youth mentorship program. We've designed it in such a way that we have mentors who will not just deliver the program, but continue to serve as mentors after the program is over.
Imagine that.
Yes. And the amazing part of it, not that, we can put a limit on how amazing the 3-week program is,
yes,
but to add to that, we have the internship opportunities coming out of that program. So the students are assessed, in terms of how quickly they were able to pick up on some of the concepts that we covered during the EDGE program, the workshop.
Yes.
And they would be placed based on their potential, competency, attitude. You would assess them to determine which organization you would actually assign them to for an internship opportunity. So the internship opportunity is for 3 months, and these students have graduates,
yes,
have the opportunity to be employed full-time
because it's paid. Yes.
Yeah, it's a paid internship, and depending on how they do during that time, the employer may very well keep them. So I'm absolutely excited about the program because I can see the impact that it has had. We will be joined by one of our mentors who is going to tell us a little bit more about his experience being a mentor. And also we have one of our mentees who's going to tell us from her perspective what it was like to be part of the program.
Yes,
and I can assure you that, whatever they share will be felt by everybody else who went through the program. So it's something that we're proud of.
Of course, very, very. Can you walk our viewers through what it was like actually planning this program? Because you and I both know that it was something that it wasn't anything that was fly by night. This is something that took immense effort.
Labor of love.
It was a labor of love. And the funny thing about it is that it's not for profit at all.
The whole point is to give back to the community. The entire point is to have a positive impact on our youth.
Yes.
That's why we do it. We felt that we were best placed understanding what the requirements are in the workplace. And because of that, I mean, it would be easy for us to now pass that knowledge and information on to our participants.
All right. Well, thank you. You know, we're going to be talking just a little bit more about EDGE, and I'm very happy to have someone who was with us through it for the entire 3 weeks, and actually even before that, but just a little bit after the break.
Great deal on my furniture. Great stuff, super strong, best thing on the market.
Your furniture says a lot about your business. For best quality, durability, and style, Global Office Furniture from Renick is the only choice for any serious business. Don't be fooled by cheap supplies from other commercial houses. Let Global Furniture speak for your business. Think Renick and Company. Think global, because value is always in style.
The business environment is rapidly evolving. We must continually adapt to remain competitive. At HRWise, we help businesses create and sustain a competitive advantage through their people. Let us help you develop solutions for recruiting and selecting the right talent, improving employee engagement, managing performance, and much more. Realize the true potential of your workforce. Harness the power of your people. HRWise, we partner for success.
I'm often asked, what's the best part of my job? And I'm quick to say it's the tasty part. The presentation, the cooking, the creativity, the quality. The moment I peek to see another satisfied guest and client in all possible settings, cutting, biting, sharing, and smiling, knowing our team at GCG Events is simply outstanding.
With God as my guide, I pledge allegiance to my country, St. Lucia. I proclaim I will serve my country with pride and dignity, and will defend it with vigor and valor in the pursuit of excellence, justice, and equality for all.
My heart, my home, my St. Lucia. Show your sense of pride and patriotism.
Welcome back to The Office. Thanks for staying with us. Dorothy, just before we went on the break, we were talking about EDGE and all that it took for us to actually bring it from just a thought, and all the brainstorming sessions we had, all the meetings and everything, and then when we actually had to bring it to fruition. Can you give us just a little bit more, tell us a little bit more about what it really took to actually get some of our mentors to join us?
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, even to arrive at the name, it took some brainstorming, because we wanted to ensure that it was something that the participants could relate to.
Yes.
So it was, it took us some time to design the content to ensure that it covered everything we wanted it to cover, bearing in mind that we only had 3 weeks, so we had to make it fit into the 3-week period. But we also wanted to ensure that it was fun and interactive. That was important,
and
because
not boring old school.
Because first the target, we know we're dealing with teenagers, their attention span is very short, and not only that, but we knew that some of them would be there reluctantly, you know, because mommy and daddy sent me, not because I wanted to be there. You know, I could be doing something better with my summer break. So it took us some time to, you know, design the content in such a way that it was interesting, fun, and exciting. Important for me was the quality, and because of that, we especially selected our mentors.
Yes.
So we advertised the positions. Now, mind you, everything is not for profit, which means everything is free. So they've given their time, but still we want to ensure that we have the right people.
That's correct.
So we actually put them through a specific training program. So the mentors were trained to prepare them to be able to deliver the content that we had spent so much time creating, because we did not want to jeopardize the quality at all.
Absolutely not. And lucky for us, we are joined by one of our mentors. He's been with us from day one. We're very proud to have this person as a part of our team, the Edge team. His name is Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Dee. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. Yes, we're very excited as always to have you. Now, can you tell us, tell our viewers, what attracted you to the Edge program to begin with?
Well, see, I'm a teacher by profession, and my passion for helping people, helping young persons in particular, drew me to applying to be a mentor of this program.
Okay. And what was it like from the interview process all the way through to actually becoming that mentor?
It was very informative, particularly the training, where I got to meet the 3 other mentors. We got the handbook, which served as a guide for us in terms of delivering the content to the mentees. But the highlight for me was the actual program, where I got to meet the mentees from the very first week up until the last week, interacting with them, getting to know them beyond not only delivering the content to them, but information on their background. I must say we developed a relationship that extend out of the program. Even now, I still keep contact with some of them.
I know you had a chat group.
Yes. We created a WhatsApp group where we communicated information even after. We planned events afterwards, etc.
And we were not invited? Well, we were the principal. Next Edge program. All right. I do also recall there were times when I would come, just pop in, and I saw some activities. I'm like, that was not quite on on the program. Can you tell us what went into that? Because that was very, very creative, and I really appreciated it.
Well, I mean, you're working with young people, right? And sometimes you have to cater to them. So a deliberate effort was made to make it fun for them as the Edge program, as you said prior. So there were many activities, there were songs, there were singing, dancing, etc. Even physical activity.
Yes.
I think they enjoyed also the fact that during the lunchtime, where we sat down and spoke to them, we played games with them lunchtime and even after. And I think that also encourage them to come even earlier than next day. Persons came in so early.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Well, I remember on the first day I said to them that it would not be boring and they would want to come because we knew that some of them didn't want to be there on the first day.
Yes.
Right.
They were all, they're drooping faces.
But even after that, persons were saying the program should be longer.
Yes. That is true. Yeah, I guess that's why they came to the office after the fact. And we had to chase them, poor things.
Yes. And the internship, it really worked. It really helped them. So giving them the exposure, so they learned the theory in a very interactive way. And then they went outside there, dressed up all nicely to do the interview. Yes. And they represented us well.
Yes, they did. Now, we worked really hard on the Edge handbook. Was there a particular topic that you enjoyed delivering more than another?
I would say yes, and that would be communication, where they had to decipher between effective communication and that of ineffective communication. So they were given some scenarios, and first they were to enact the scenario and tell us which it is, and then do the right thing. So most of them were ineffective communication, and for that session, I mean, I saw even the person who was most reserved get out of his character and start acting for us. It was amazing.
Oh, wow. Wow. These are stories that warm my heart. Now, you've heard it all. You've heard it from Goretti. You've heard it from myself. And, of course, you've heard it from one of our mentors. Up next, we're going to have one of our mentees. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm often asked, what's the best part of my job? And I'm quick to say it's the tasty part. The presentation, the cooking, the creativity, the quality. The moment I peek to see another satisfied guest and client in all possible settings. Cutting, biting, sharing, and smiling. knowing our team at GCG Events is simply outstanding.
The business environment is rapidly evolving. We must continually adapt to remain competitive. At HRWise, we help businesses create and sustain a competitive advantage through their people. Let us help you develop solutions for recruiting and selecting the right talent, improving employee engagement, managing performance, and much more. Realize the true potential of your workforce. Harness the power of your people. HRWise, we partner for success.
Great deal on my furniture. Great stuff, super strong, best thing on the market.
Your furniture says a lot about your business. For best quality, durability, and style, Global Office Furniture from Renick is the only choice for any serious business. Don't be fooled by cheap supplies from other commercial houses. Let Global Furniture speak for your business. Think Renick and Company. Think global, because value is always in style.
With God as my guide, I pledge allegiance to my country, St. Lucia. I proclaim that I will serve my country with pride and dignity and will defend it with vigor and valor in the pursuit of excellence, justice, and equality for all.
My heart, my home, my St. Lucia. Show your sense of pride and patriotism.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We are now joined by Taniel McGowan, who is one of our mentees from the EDGE program. Taniel, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so can you share with us a little bit about your experience at EDGE?
I remember coming to EDGE the first day and I just observed everybody and I was like, okay, so it's a job program. They're going to teach me about interviews and putting together a cover letter and resumes and whatnot. I'm like, okay, it's nothing that I've not done before. But this one in particular was different because we had young people, maybe a few years older than us, but we had young people who looked out for other young people, doing something different, doing something productive, trying to get us to, you know, like look at life in a serious perspective, look at where we will be, what are we going to do after we leave school. And EDGE, it really got us to, you know, it really set us on that path. Mm-hmm. And I like the way that I remember there was this one experience where we were taken to, in the factory, they showed us how they fermented the I think it was the molasses, how they fermented the molasses, and it was such an amazing experience. I remember we did the interviews and it was just, oh my gosh, it was just really nice. It was so nice, and I find it's good because it really gives us that experience, and it does set us on the path for when we do have to go out into the working world. You don't find training like that at school. They only teach you theory. You don't get the actual training. You don't put it into practice, and that's good. It's a really good initiative. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you feel that way. I'm absolutely certain that the other persons who went through the program have similar feedback. So that's the encouragement that we need to keep going.
Yes.
And keep doing it, right, Dee?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what was your highlight, though? What was the one thing that stood out for you as an EDGE mentee?
As an EDGE mentee, I think it was a vision board, right? We had our vision board. We were given this assignment where we had to do a vision board, and all the things that we do want in life, or we see places that we see ourselves at a certain point in our lives, that we put it out on a board, and we basically write out, almost like in a little book or on a paper or something, we write out the things that we would like to do to get us to that point. So almost like we were setting a path, setting some sort of direction for ourselves to get to our goals. And it's good. It's good. I still have my vision board up on my wall.
And do you still make reference to it from time to time?
Yes, I update it.
Oh, you update it?
Yes, I update it. I updated it as recently as 2 months ago.
Excellent.
Yes, 2 months ago. As recently as 2 months ago, I put in the little place, where I graduated, and then I'm supposed to update it again because thanks to you.
That special announcement you have.
Yes, thanks to you guys, I am now a full-time member of CIPC.
Excellent.
Very good, very good. So yes, this is exactly from your internship you moved on to FCIB.
You started out as an intern from Edge. Yes.
Yes.
And you made a good enough impression for them to keep you on there.
Yes.
Congratulations. And how when were you made permanent?
I was made permanent 2 weeks ago. Yes, when the day my internship was supposed to end, that's when I called and I got feedback and I started exactly the Monday. So yeah.
Excellent. We're happy to hear that.
Thank you.
And you're not the only one. We actually have other interns who were kept on for quite a while, and we had someone else who was made permanent as well. So there are tremendous benefits to actually joining the EDGE program. It's 3 weeks. And all you have to do is be between the ages of 16 to 21. And we are making a call out to mentors. We absolutely need you to reach out to us. We're looking for individuals who are creative, who are fun, who actually have that inclination to help everyone. And believe it or not, you as a mentor get to grow just as much as you help the mentees grow, because it's a process of development for everyone who is involved in the EDGE program. Isn't that right, G?
Absolutely. And we're also sending out an invite to other companies to participate in this program, be a part of something amazing. As employers, let's stop complaining about the fact that our youth are not ready for the workplace, and let's come together to make it happen, to change that trend. And to better prepare our young persons for the workplace. So we're inviting other organizations to come on board, be a sponsor, even an individual. You may be an individual with a love for the youth and have an interest in developing our young people. You are free to sponsor, in one way or another. Call us. You could sponsor in kind, you can sponsor in cash, because we do have a host of expenses that we need to cover, because we're trying to make this program all-inclusive. So when our participants come, they don't have to worry about getting lunch and having to leave. Everything is there. They just need to bring themselves and an open mind, and the rest is up to us. So be a part of this amazing program.
That's exactly correct. One of the best memories I have of the EDGE program was the graduation. It was the graduation. Of course, we planned the program. We had the workbook printed and everything. But to see everything come together and to see the progression from the first day all the way through to graduation was something amazing. On day one, I can tell you, we had a mentee who was at the back of the school. He did not want to come into the classroom at all. And it's so funny that even after graduation, we had individuals show up at our office because
for an entire week.
Yes, for a week. Because they wanted to, continue the experience. And the graduation was just a highlight for me. And you will be seeing a tiny clip of what that was like. But reach out to us. The call is open. We're looking for mentors. And the parents, if you have questions, give us a call, 458-4001. Send us a message on Facebook. We actually have an EDGE page. Or just reach out to HRWise INC on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, of course. Send us an email at info@HRWiseINC, and we will be more than happy to respond to you. G, can you tell us when we'll have EDGE this year?
This year, EDGE is scheduled for the 23rd of July to the 11th of August.
And we're so very excited.
Yes. It will be held at the Current Secondary School.
Yes. As usual, we're so very happy to have Current on board with us. They've been very accommodating from the very first Edge until today.
We are completely out of time, so thank you so much for staying with us. Until next time, this is The Office, where our door is always open.
This